So there was this video, and man, the internet is just crazy, and that's one thing I like about it. But this video with these white Cubans, I want you to watch this video, and let's talk about this for a minute, because I definitely have my opinion about this. It's not nothing I get impressed about or I even think it's funny, but let's go ahead and roll it. All right, so you've seen that crap, right? So the reason why I started this off and said white Cuban is because one of them had gotten in contact with Tariq Nasheed and said he was, Cuban, white Cuban. Now, the reason why I distinctly said white Cuban, because when the black Cubans try to come over here to the United States, they're like, oh, hell no, get y'all black behind right back over there to Cuba, because they had this wet foot, dry foot policy. And basically, if you land in Florida, you can stay, but they don't let the black ones come. So it's definitely a distinction. And, I can go into the history of Cuba, but this is not the channel for that. That's more so our news and political kind of conversation. But let's talk about this, because we talk about culture and music and different things like that here. So the reason why I don't like the statement, well, imitation is the greatest form of flattery in America, no, it's not. And I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because what happens is, the people that originate that, they will take that, like these white Cubans could take this, and then they can get more popular, more money and whatever than even people like Kodak Black, and they copying Kodak Black hair, right? And it's amazing how they go to so much lengths to copy black people. I mean, it's just amazing to me. Like, what is wrong with being white Cuban? I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why aren't you following your people and what they're doing? You're not even trying to do the accent of your own people. You're trying to copy black folks from the islands, right? I don't think it's flattery, because when something go down, people like them are never there for black people at all. They're not speaking up. As at times, you will see some of them even freaking racist. You sit up here talking about you island boy one day, and then you sit up there and try to call a black person the N-word and stay up in your white privilege that you got. So don't come here with that, because black folks in Florida, black folks have said this many, many times, that how a lot of those people like in their group don't like black people like that. And they let it be known. So when your group acting that way, we shouldn't take too kind of you doing that. You could do it if you want. I mean, we can't physically stop you, but we sure can put some pressure on you to let you know that this is not going to be accepted or tolerated. Now, from what, I saw, I think Tariq Nasheed said that when he called it out, one of the dudes in the video was crying, talking about, oh, you being racist. It's like, you don't even know the definition of racism, fool. Calling you out for what you're doing isn't racism. The fact is, you trying to do something that's not your people. And then when y'all do it, y'all try to come in and y'all don't even try to be a friend of the culture. Y'all don't try to, stand up for the culture. Notice that black folks isn't going to everybody else's culture and just trying to co-opt it. Do you see us going to, unless we come from Latin countries, of course, let me say that, because we do have, Afro-Latinos. But do you see people like black Americans, I'm going to go to Mexico and I'm just going to co-opt, their culture is there, even though a lot of their cultures is attached to West Africa. Even some of the foods they eat is attached to West Africa. And a lot of their dance is attached to West Africa too. I mean, but still, we don't do that. We stand in our own culture. That's what we do. We don't co-opt nobody's things. We don't try to say it's ours. We don't try to say it's everybody's. That's something else they'll say when you come in and say, point that out. That's nothing to be impressed about at all. I'm not. Because when it comes, now we'll talk about the political side. Because when it comes to politics and when the rubber meets the road, you don't like us like that. It's like Paul Mooney said, everybody want to be a N-word, but nobody want to be an N-word. And we should call it out every single time, no matter who do it, females or males. You got some of these females running around here, lily white, and they tanning themselves so dark. They call it blackfishing, right? They're trying to fix themselves, morph themselves into what a black woman would look like. But when something go down, or they gonna say, oh, I ain't black. Shoot, I'm white. I mean, when trouble happens, you understand? That's my issue with it. If you want to be so-called a black or a Negro, or you're playing one, well then take the suffering that comes with that too. But you don't want to take that suffering. That's my issue. Why I'm not too kind to this. So rest in your own culture, because black Cubans, they can't even come over here like that. They can't, because even his descendants that came over here left because Fidel Castro wouldn't let them run the country with an iron fist against black people. So they ran over here. They fled. We not too kind to people just, fleeing a country because you don't want to stand up and fight. Hell, black folks, we've been here forever. If anybody should have fled, it should have been us. We should have fled a long time ago, and we still didn't fled. That's why a lot of times we looking at people when they come over talking about, I had to leave for a better life. We looking like, do you know what we went through in this country? If anybody should have ran, it's us. And you hear what you're running from. I'm like, man, that's a day in the park for black folk. For hundreds and hundreds of years, and still is an issue. So no, I'm not impressed by island boys. I'm not impressed by that whatsoever. Go rest in your own culture. Matter of fact, go tell your people stop being so freaking racist to my people in Florida. Go tell them that. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular video. Like I said, I am just not one to be impressed by this. I'm not. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny, because I just know at any moment how that can flip at any time.